Welcome aboard, folks. I'm back with another review. Today's review will be the 2019 HBO Max and Cartoon Network series, and that is Infinity Train. Yes, I'm doing a review on another HBO Max original. This is a Cartoon Network show that was made for an HBO Max exclusive. You may wondering, what the heck is this? Infinity Train is an American animated anthology television series created by Owen, previously a writer and storyboard artist on regular show for Cartoon Network. And it was a Cartoon Network series that was made for exclusive stream on HBO Max. Infinity Train was originally aired on Cartoon Network in Canada, formerly known as Teletoon, currently airing on Sky Sci-Fi in the UK and Ireland, and originally streamed on HBO Max as its original series. The series is set on a seemingly infinite train traveling through a barren landscape. The cars of the train contain a variety of bizarre and fantastical environments. The passengers on the train are people it picks up who have unresolved emotional issues or trauma. As they travel through the train's cars, their adventures within give them the opportunity to confront and resolve their emotional problems, represented by a glowing number on their hand that goes down as they successfully confront these issues. Once they resolve their issues and their number reaches 0, a portal opens and they are able to leave the train and return home. The writing for this show is incredibly good, as each season is well executed and solidly paced. The action scenes are very gripping and suspenseful. There is some solid comedy as well as some very well handled drama. It has a very mature and dark tone while still making room for some tender and light-hearted moments. It does an amazing job at tackling serious and more mature issues and themes. It is very imaginative and creative, and although each season is its own story with different characters, there are some connections and references to the other characters and events of other seasons. The show has some pretty engaging and suspenseful action scenes that manage to get pretty intense, such as our heroes facing off against one of the villains, escaping from life or death situations, and getting out of tight spots. And when I say this show can be intense, I'm not kidding, because there's some pretty disturbing imagery in this show, and it's not afraid to kill characters off. The show has some very solid drama, and that's mainly due to the execution of the show's handling of very mature and serious topics and how the characters deal with them, such as divorce, adapting to change, abandonment, discrimination, standing up for yourself and others, making amends for wrongdoings, and the importance of communication. Despite all the drama and action, the show does make room for some comedy, and thankfully many of the jokes do get a good chuckle, like the witty banter and dialogue between the characters, some of the more wacky situations they get into, and the gags. The animation is just spectacular and has a very appealing look to it. The characters all have very solid designs and pretty fluid movements. The backgrounds are incredibly well done, and there are some great effects. This show also utilizes some CGI, and it's blended with the 2D animation very well. The characters are all incredibly well written and manage to be very likable, on top of having some very solid chemistry and character development. The protagonists are all incredibly likable and well developed, as they each go through some very deep and troubling things in their lives, and they grow into stronger people as they learn how to handle these things, such as the analytical Tulip, her self-discovering reflection Mount, later named Lake, the easygoing Jessie, the reckless Grace, the hesitant Minute Gi, and the aspiring Ryan. The supporting characters in this show are also very likable, and even they go through some development of their own, like the multiple personality-driven one, the loyal Atticus, the shape-shifting Alan Dracula, the wide-eyed Hazel, the protective Tuba, the thoughtless Kez, the con artist Kat, aka Samantha, the train's conductor Amelia, and more. The villains in this show are all very solid, as they can be very menacing and threatening, such as Amelia's time as a villain when she was more heartless and desperate, the no-nonsense Reflection Police, the crazed radical Simon, and the grotesque Stewards and Goms. The voice acting is amazingly well done, and the voice actors all manage to deliver some stellar performances, like Ashley Johnson as Tulip and Mount, Jeremy Crutchley as 1-1, Ernie Hudson as Atticus, Robbie Daymond as Jesse, Kirby Howell-Baptiste as Grace, Kyle McCarley as Simon, Isabella Abira as Hazel, Johnny Young as Minute Gi, Sekai Morashige as Ryan, Mindy Lewis as Kez, Kate Mulgrew as Samantha, Lena Headey as Amelia, and many more. The music is very well composed, and it really captures the mysterious and dramatic tone of the show. Although HBO Max has removed the show, all because of Discovery, however, it's kind of lucky that Warner Bros. Home Entertainment and Studio Distribution Services released 4 books of this show on DVD, which is kind of lucky for the shows that were removed from HBO Max were released on DVD. And what is my verdict on this show? 10 out of 10. Pretty awesome sci-fi show of modern days of Cartoon Network and HBO Max.